Hey guys, this is Coach Derek, co-host of the Soapboxing Podcast. Man, ever since I found this Anchor app, I tell you, podcasting has become a lot simpler and a lot easier to do. They distribute the podcast over several platforms, and you have to do no work. I tell you, man, if you're interested in doing podcasting, you need to download the Anchor app. That's ANCHOR.FM. You can get started today with the Anchor app and do whatever your heart desires.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment is here. The main event of the evening. I'm Jeremiah Gallegos, your world-class ring announcer, to introduce Soapboxing Podcast. And now, to introduce your host, Derek, a.k.a. Coach. And across the ring, introducing Matty Fresh. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's golden time. Time to tune in.
Hey guys, this is Coach Derek. I want to give a shout out to our new sponsor, Pueblo Boxing. Y'all be sure to check out Pueblo Boxing. They have unique and high quality boxing gear and novelty gifts. You can find the gear at soloboxing.com. That's SOLO boxing.com. Check it out, man. They do quality work.
Hardware, man. S-E-A-B-O. Got the Latin American camera.
They got some trainers say, and some fighters say, well, I don't watch videos of the guy fighting. I let the coach watch it. This, hey, man.
Guys, one thing we know for sure about Wilder, he hit you clean. Right. And this woman whooped the whole world twice. The whole world.
Good morning. What's going on Facebook, YouTube? It's your boy Fresh, along with Dr. Kill'em Quick Collinsworth. What's going on, D? Welcome to another Soapboxing Podcast. Man, I feel like it's been a minute since we've been on, huh? A lot of shit has been going on. We've been busy. We've been fighting. We've been training. We've been working.
This last week, working. This weather got me slow motion, man. I'm allergies cutting up. It's been hell. It's been hell with that shit, man.
I feel like it's been raining like for 2 weeks out here straight in Houston, and I don't think it's gonna let up. I think it's supposed to be raining the next couple of days here too.
Yeah, rain all the way to next week.
Oh man, well, I mean, it's good for the grass. Shit, that's about it. All right, D. Who we got today, man? We got a special guest, Mr. Alan MELSON, and
man, we were supposed to have this brother on a while ago, and we missed it, but we trying to make it up, man. I've been trying to get this fella on here. They anybody that likes knocking people out, I want to talk to him. He likes to knock these boys silly, man. But Alan, what's going on, brother?
What's up? Good morning. That's a
I
blessing.
tell you, I done made a few joke little clip videos like I make. You giving them boys the blues in Alabama, man.
Yes, sir. I dropped down the weight too, so now I'm finna definitely give them the blues.
Yeah, man. I think that was a good move too. Are you from Alabama originally, bro? Are you
Yes, sir.
from?
I'm from
Yeah, you
Gas.
not. Oh, you right from where you been fighting?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Showing the hometown what it is.
yeah, nice, man. Uh, Let me know how you got involved in boxing, man. When you started boxing, how long you been boxing?
I started in 2013. The
Mm-hmm.
background of that, really, my mom wanted me to start at age 13, but I was playing football, basketball, running track. And after I graduated, I played semi-pro down here. And
Okay.
after I played semi-pro for 2 years, I was like, man, I'm gonna go back to boxing. So I started at PABA with Coach Ray, and I was with Coach Anthony, and I was with Melvin Malone. And I got in a little trouble, so that kind of pushed me back for a whole year. And after I got the trouble, then I jumped back in it and did some amateur and after amateur. Then I went pro in 2018, and it was not a smart move, but I learned from all my 3 losses and turned it around. Now I got a belt.
Yeah, man, I was looking at your record, bro. You came off. I mean, you started off kind of. I don't know, for lack of better word, slow. You came off 3 losses. You got them out the way, I guess, and you've been on a 6-0 streak. I had 3. How many knockouts? 3 knockouts since then, and a couple decisions.
Yes, sir.
What would you say? Because that's going on a 3-loss streak, and then what changed? What happened?
Man, I had a lot going on. When I lost those 3 fights, I didn't have a stable gym. And when I did have a stable gym, I chose not to stay there. I chose to move around again. And plus, I didn't have a big amateur background. And my first fight here, I fought somebody 113 pounds bigger than me. So that was kind of a disadvantage. Then the other 2 fights, when I fought Juan Torres, he shouldn't have won that, but they gave it to him. And then the 3rd fight, I was too tensed up, and dude called me when I was tired. I lost that one. But what really made me turn my record around, my grandmother almost passed in 2019 at the end. Mm-hmm. And, man, I prayed to God. I was like, man, God, just let her live so she can see me accomplish all my goals. And my main goal is to be a champion in boxing and take over the Cruiserweight division. And I was like, from February 2020, I turned it around.
So after that prayer, what did you start to do though differently, right? Because you said you really weren't stable. You didn't have a stable gym, and you weren't sticking around in the gyms that you did have. So how did your work change?
I messaged. Well, I was with Renee Vasquez at the end of 2019, and that was my 3rd loss. And he was just filling me in and getting to know me. So after that 3rd loss, we started putting more work in the gym, and I just started grinding more. I started shadowboxing more. I started running more. And as far as eating wise, I was still trying to work on that because at that time I was loving eating, and now it's just after the Mexico fight this year, I kind of slowed it down. I want to trim up the way I used to be, and it went from there. And plus, my 4th fight, me and that guy, we both was 0-3, and I was in my hometown, so I was like, man, I can't lose this. So if I lose this in my hometown, that's gonna be embarrassing.
We got the only sport, man. We got the only sport where it ain't no anybody can do it. The amount of boxers or fighters who think they gonna just jump in the ring and start fighting with no experience of how the business works, how the professional game works, and none of that stuff. You can't do that in football. You can't do that in basketball. Even in basketball, them boys who went to the NBA out of high school, but they played high school ball. They played middle school ball, you know. And in boxing, you know, the state board just wants to have some valid identification. hey, they don't actually did you fight, how many amateurs, none of that shit matters, man. And the amount of guys who just throw their hat in the ring, and they do it to themselves because they just think I'm gonna be able to fight or whatever, man. And it's over regulation. I'm not for regulations, period, right? So I don't want nobody to get involved in over regulating the sport, but this is one of those things. And maybe MMA, I don't know nothing about that, but you know, hey, you got your $30 for the license, man. You can get in there. See what happens. See what happens. It's crazy, man. And then in our particular profession, there's a zillion so-called trainers who will corner you, and they just met you that night. Oh, I work it. Come on, give me $50 or whatever the case may be. So I think that's what allows in this game. It allows for people to get involved when they really don't. Like you said, it was a mistake turning pro without being sound like prepared, because you started training. Sound like to me, you was like, man, fuck this losing, man. What I got to do to not lose, man? And so you started training for real, man, and got yourself a coach and started pushing, man. It's a horrible thing, man. I see it every day, every fight, every show. There's some crash test done on the shows, you know, and you're looking at him going, man, he don't even know the fucking trainer. He don't got nobody. If he gets cut, he don't know, you know what I'm saying? And I really think that's very specific to our sport, you know what I'm saying? Where people could just, I want to box. All right, come on. But it's the same thing with the trainer, though. What does the trainer? The trainer just has to pay the corner fee, and he's licensed for the year too. So it don't matter if this motherfucker could train a dog to sit. He could be in the corner at a professional prize fight. You know, I don't know how you fix that or not. I do know. You know, the system we have is, of course, amateur boxing, and there's elite amateur stages that you can perform in. But even then, bro, it's so different night and day, man. Look how many amateurs. It's like fresh. It's like basketball coaches, bro. How many people dominate these coaches? Dominate at the collegiate level, and they go take $1 million job in the league, and they go their ass right back to college, man. So it's the same thing with boxing, man. It's one of the things I don't like, but I don't know how do you fix it, or how do you deter a young guy who says I can fight. Alan, I know you see that in the gym where y'all at. I'm sure his boys all the time say, I can fight. You put him in there and y'all roll him in, and this motherfucker shouldn't have gloves nowhere near his fucking hands. Yep. So you know, I don't know how you regulate that, and I don't know should you regulate it, because you know the world needs opponents. But you was learning on the job, sound like to me.
Yes, sir.
It said I'm a damn this, man. Let me quit eating these cheeseburgers and shit.
Yeah, what you just said. I've seen it plenty of times. I've seen a lot of people say, "Man, I want to fight," but they don't even know. They don't know if they orthodox or southpaw, and they don't even know how to stand. And I wasn't like that. I was different because, you know, like I said, I'm from Gaston, Alabama. All we did was fight. I grew up fighting, and I learned the game. I learned how to box when I was little, but I was not a boxer. I was an athlete basically, and I learned quick. So once I actually learned more about it, when I actually went pro, I had the experience. I just didn't have all the knowledge that I needed to dominate the people I fought. So when people say, "Hey, how can I turn pro?" I tell them, I give them names. They ask, "How can I start boxing?" I give them names of different gyms, great coaches. I say I say Malone. I say Coach Anthony. I say Knockout Factory. I give them different gyms that actually compete in different tournaments that'll give them the knowledge and the one-on-one to help them be able to do what they're trying to do. Because I tell a lot of people, man, y'all don't want to be in my shoes. 0-3, 0-4, 0-5, 0-6. Because once you get to that 0-7 or something like that, then you in different states, you almost done.
Right.
Suspend you indefinitely. Then you can't fight.
Are you still with Renee?
Yeah, I'm still with Renee.
Well, that's
you got to link.
He definitely knows what he's doing over there, and he looks like he's got you on a good. So you got with him after your third fight, right? So you've been with him for the last 6 fights.
Well, I was with him. Yeah, I was with him 2019. Okay. And the third fight was at the end of 2019, and he was just still filling me in, trying to see if I can fight or not. And actually, when we went up there, we went to Detroit, and it was a second round stoppage. I actually knocked the guy out, and he woke back up, standing up. I don't know how the hell you do that. He was an ex-NFL player, so I guess the beast in him. After I punched him that last time, he woke up, because that's what he told me after the fight. He was like, "Man, you actually knocked me out, and when you hit me again, I woke up." I was like, "Well, damn."
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, I shouldn't even hit you. I should just let you fall." That was the point. But after that fight, Renee was like, "Damn, I didn't know you could fight." He was like, "You can really box." So he was like, "When we go back, we just gonna work on different things to get you right." And from there, it was up.
So tell us about how you ended up getting that belt behind you.
So I was fighting May 22nd, and I couldn't find an opponent. Then we actually found the opponent, and when we found the opponent, I thought about it. I was like, "Man, I want to fight for a belt." So I asked the promoter. I said, "Hey, can I fight for a belt?" She's like, "Sure. Let me give you a connection." So I talked to Damian King, and he was like, "Yeah, why not?" He was like, "Man, it don't cost that much. I have 3 belts. Which one you want to fight for?" And I told him I'll fight for this one, and next time I'll fight for the other one. I actually made the contract. I talked to the fighter. The fighter agreed to different things. And that's another thing I tell a lot of fighters, man. If you better learn the business, because if you don't know the business, then you're gonna be lost. And from my first win to now, I learned the manager side, I learned the promoter side, I know the fighter side. And all my fights, I set up myself. Nobody else set them up but me. So I screwed myself on the first 3 fights, but the rest of the 6, I set them up myself. I made the agreements, and from there, I got this by a second round knockout.
Nice, and that was in May.
Yes, sir.
Well, congratulations! That just happened a couple months ago. So what do you have lined up for the rest of the year?
In July, we still trying to figure out what we're gonna do. I was supposed to go with them to Colombia, but can't get my passport. But I know for sure in October I'm going back home and I'm fighting for the ABO belt. And then I know in December I'm gonna try to fight for the ABF belt.
You're trying to get all the belts in your weight class, huh?
Yes, sir.
So we're good friends. Juan is a good friend of the show. We have a fighter that represents one of the ABO titles, Robert the Houston Hitman. He has one of the ABO titles. How did that connection come about?
Well, before Hitman fought for the ABO, I was looking online trying to see who was ahead of everything, and then I found him on Instagram. We talked for a while. I asked him how many fights I need. He told me, and then recently we actually had a phone call. He gave me his number, and we talked, and we talked for about an hour or so, and he was like, I like where you're going. He's like, you're on a six winning streak, and nobody has the ABO belt, so it's vacant. He was like, if you want to fight, I want to fight for it next month, but it's too close. He was like, we can do an elimination next month, and after elimination, we can set you up for the ABO belt in October. So I'm gonna fight for that one. After I fight for that one, I plan on fighting for the other one next year because he has two.
Mm-hmm.
So I plan on fighting for the 8th round next year.
Yeah, well, shout out to Juan and the ABO, man. You can't go wrong with that organization. I'm glad that you guys were able to get connected. We're looking forward to watching you win that fight, man. And what show is there? Do you have a show in mind for that? What was the show?
It's gonna be on the 116 promotion. It's out of Alabama.
Okay, so you're gonna go back home.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be my hometown.
That's what's up, man. That's
what's up. How did you what's her name at 116?
Brandy McClain.
Yeah, how did that connection happen? Did you know them? How did you hit it off with 116?
I knew her matchmaker Blake. Excuse me. I've been knowing Blake since 2014 because I went back home one time and I had a friend that used to box and he was part of their gym, and I went with them to go spar up there in Alabama. And so I connected with Blake at that time at 2000, I think about 2019 or 2018. Made him talk, and I asked him, I said, man, when can we bring professional boxing into Gaston, Alabama? He was like, man, I'm actually working on it. And I think it was 2019. And he was like, I'm actually working on it. And like months later, well, actually that December, he told me, it's like, we have a show coming. He's like, I just don't know when, but we have a show coming. Then he talked to me the beginning of 2020, and it was with them. So him and Brandy, they created the show, and they've been having it going ever since.
They're pretty active, man.
That was really the only show that was going on during the pandemic.
Yeah, they active as hell, man. Because I believe that's my man Mike Cook, right? That's what he does his fights with, and then
he signed up to them. That's his promoter. And
has Skinny fought on some of those shows?
Yeah.
Who else in your gym fought on some of those shows?
Yeah, Skinny. Noe fought on there. Really, everybody in our gym fought on there.
Okay.
We took everybody there last year around August, I think it was. And everybody won.
Right.
Yeah.
Little Chris fought out there, or
he fought out there. D-Lo fought out there. Omar fought out there. So we
he got a good little clique. That fucking Renee, man, he gonna find it, man. He's gonna keep y'all boys busy, man. He don't give a fuck, man. He'll go to the moon.
Yeah.
He got to fight on the moon next month, man. Let's go. Renee's working, boy.
Whether it's Mexico, Colombia,
they don't give a shit, man.
Costa Rica.
That's my dude too, bro. Renee will reach out right quick too. Hey, coach, we got a show on the moon, bro. You want to put some people on that motherfucker? Let's roll. Yeah, that's my dude, bro. Renee, that's my dude. Man, I know y'all got another guy like, man, my man Anthony, bro. I know they jumped. He left the spot he had at that church building, and he's over there with y'all now too, huh?
Yes,
Who's
sir. I've been
Renee from Anthony
from Power City.
Power City. That's right.
Yeah, he actually he's been my coach since I started. That's what I started with in PABA. So he actually watched me grow from 2014 to now.
Say it again.
I said he actually watched me grow from 2014 when I started to now.
I like that guy, bro. That's a genuine guy, man.
Sir.
Andy, man, I like him a lot. So you went from football player to semi-pro. Man, what is semi-pro football, bro? What is that?
It means you're still getting hit hard, but you're not getting paid as much.
Yeah. It helps you actually try to get to the NFL or the AFL or Canadian League or something like that. But it's not. Sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it is.
This is a way to
like the minor
players to try to get seen. Huh?
Yeah.
I got you. But yeah, man, I'm gonna tell you, we was down there one day, and who you was spying, man, and
goddamn,
I thought, huh?
Jared.
Yeah, and I said to myself, I said, need to be fighting. Next time I seen you were fighting Cruiser, right?
Yes, sir.
I think that's a much more comfortable weight division for your size, man, because even though you're well put together, man, but Jared Anderson, yeah, man, he's not even a big heavyweight, and that's a big fucking man, bro. So, you know, fighting upstream like that, man, them boys are 6'4", 6'5", 6'6", all the way up to Fury. So I think you at going down the Cruiser, bro, probably gonna make an impact. What you think? What was the reasoning behind going down the Cruiserweight?
Well, that was actually my goal back in, I think, 2018. I just wasn't that disciplined at that time. Because I always
diet together and all that.
Yeah, I always been at like 207, 210. So I was close to the Cruiserweight weight. I just didn't actually put the effort into it like I have now. And the reason why I love sparring with Jared and Effie and a lot of heavyweights is because how I see it is when I spar heavyweights, I can take your punch. If I can take your punch during sparring, when it's fight time, I can walk through any cruiserweight punch. No matter how big you are, I can walk through it because I'm taking big people power from heavyweights, super heavyweights at that. And sometimes I spar lightweights like Chris. I spar him sometime, or I spar Noe. And the reason why I spar them is to sharpen up my defense because they're faster. Some people don't look at it like that. Some people think it's stupid, but I think it's smart because if you fighting somebody, if you sparring somebody your weight every time, then I feel like you're not getting nothing out of that.
So when it comes to sparring, bro, it's more about ability than the size anyway, because you ought to be able to utilize anybody that you're working with. Just like, you know, you have to work down to some people to help them, and some people have to work up to help you. It's better to be in the ring. It's better to be in the ring ducking little Christian punches than not doing nothing. So yeah, that's as long as guys can work, I think that's silly, man. Yeah, that's silly. Like you can't get work from this one or that one, man. Nah. Like you said, Effie and Jared and them, man, them boys are like, especially Effie, man. What's Effie, like 6'6" or something like that? That's a big dude, man.
Yeah.
And he got that crack in his right hand, bro. Yeah, bro, that's a big old boy, man. But yeah, man, I think how tall are you, Adam?
5'10".
Yeah, see, man, in today's, this ain't the 80s, you know, the mid 80s no more with heavyweights, man. You know, in the mid 80s, guys like Michael Dokes and all them boys who was great fighters, you know, you used to find a whole bunch of 6-foot heavyweights, you know, ranked and shit. But then the 90s came, and then, you know, that's when the Bowles and Lennox and all them boys came out. And hell, it just got bigger now. You know, the boys is bigger now, so it ain't. It's a different era with these heavyweights, man. And just eyeballing without knowing anything about your ability or background or none of that type of shit. I said, man, this dude needs to probably compete at cruiserweight, because man, that's an uphill climb, man. And at a certain point, every man got to realize professionally is weight divisions, because, you know, to try to have everything as fair as it can be, you know, 5'10", 205 pounds, fighting Tyson Fury, man. Fuck, it's so much trying to get over there. Not that them boys can't be whooped, but it's such an uphill climb, man. All the elite heavyweights today is over 6'5". You know what I'm saying? It was big dudes, man. These is basketball playing size motherfuckers, man. And that's a hard road to hold right there. But you done find, I think you done find your groove at 200, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
And climb up that ranking too. Real.
Yeah. Where's Gadsden, Alabama, bro? What's that close to?
It's an hour and a half away from Atlanta. It's about 45 minutes away from Birmingham. And it's about the same from Chattanooga, about 45 minutes away from Chattanooga.
How big is it? What's the population like?
Man, the population, we just looked that up. I think it was like, 35,000 or something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's small city. Yeah, everybody needs to fight.
I'd be remiss if I don't ask about y'all Alabama dude, bro. What's gonna happen with
Man, hopefully he bring it back. I hope he do.
the Alabama windmill, bro? What's he gonna do, man? He gonna catch him? He gonna clip him or what? What's he gonna do? Man, this shit don't make no sense to me, because I'm going, Wilder don't have, he ain't listening. Like, if I'm Shelly Finkel or Al, whoever's his guys, right? So take this free money with a guarantee to the winner for the undisputed heavyweight title. Like, that's like, you got to take your situation and maximize it, right?
Yeah.
And if you say it ain't got nothing. Listen, if he thinks he was cheated and all this shit, fuck all that. Whatever. If you fall on that side of the aisle or the other side, I don't really give a fuck. I'm talking about boxing business. You take the fucking $4-5 million free with a guaranteed winner, no matter if it's Fury or fucking AJ. How the hell they couldn't work that plan, man? That lets me know that Wilder's steering his own ship, man. He's saying, nah, I want this. This is what I want to do, so I'm gonna do it. But man, that shit don't make no sense, man, at all, business wise. Now, I happen to think that after that last interview, I happen to think that Wilder's convinced he was cheating. He's convinced of that shit. So I guess you could say, well, that dude believes he was cheated, so he needs to fucking. But it ain't that much cash bag in the world if I'm gonna get a free $5 million, man, or $4 million and some shit like that with a guarantee that I'll get. I think he just got them advisors, man, Shelly Finkel and Al Heyman, but it makes no business sense whatsoever to me. At all. Business sense, because the minute he said 20, okay, you said 20 million, I ain't about it. So that's high end purse. Said that shit. You said that shit to to see if they would go for it. But okay, to not fight, something like when Tyson gave Lennox Lewis $5 million to step aside and shit, like, you know, that shit's been done. $4-5 million has been done because there's so much money on the line. And with them Saudis was gonna pay for these two boys over there in Dubai or whatever. They was talking $100 million, $200 million. They all split up and shit. They'd have gave you $5 like it ain't shit, man. Them Arabs wipe their ass with $100 bills. They'd have paid you that shit, man. And then you would have still been sitting there going, and you ain't had to take, you don't want to take no tune-ups or whatever. Cool. Give me this free money, and I got you. Because in the contract, I'm gonna put, no matter who wins, I get the next, you know, I'm the next guy. But
let's say Joshua would have won that Tyson fight Joshua, beat him, and then get your rematch with
they still go get it. Yeah, right. Still go get it, man. That shit.
It makes no sense, and it makes you kind of fucking wonder. Well, if you're fucking up the business side of it, right? Because obviously the mental side, if you can't sit there and figure out how your move is to take the money, let these guys fight, you fix your boxing, fight the winner, and if the winner isn't Tyson, well, beat Joshua and then fight Tyson again. That's three mega fights that you can set up.
Yeah, man. That's all.
You get your free money, you get the winner, and then you get to choose who you're gonna fight after that. So if you can't figure that out, it really makes me scratch my head on what the fuck you doing with boxing then, because now I'm kind of concerned. I see you dancing in the ring on these Instagram videos, and
listen, man. What worries me about Wilder's chances in this rematch or whatever, I don't think he got no chance. All right, let's get that out of there. He's gonna get his ass kicked. But here's the thing. I don't understand how he doesn't bring in somebody. Listen, man, I tend to always root for the American. Same way every fucking country roots for their fucking people, right? Same shit.
Yo.
I have yet to hear anybody who from the Wilder side, and I ain't talking about fans, I'm talking about his camp, right? I have yet to even hear them guys show me that they understand what happened in that fight. As far as let's say he pulled all the stuffing out and he had brass knuckles in his gloves. Cool. But what about the boxing aspect of it that you're gonna do different to stop this motherfucker from kicking your ass, man? Because I don't hear none of his new train. I don't hear, which they guy been there for a while too. I don't hear none of them say, well, this is what we got to do. We got to disrupt Fury from coming forward. We got to tie him up when he gets close. We got anything, just anything. Right. It's like it's all just mumbo jumbo, bro. Like, oh, we believe and I'm a warrior. And you said all that shit the last time, bro. You said all that shit. So what you gonna do different, man?
Yeah, that I haven't heard nothing like that yet either. And that was something.
That's what worries me. That's what worries me. That the technical aspect of the boxing.
Well, I mean, that's what boxing is making the adjustments, right? Because I mean, yes. we talk about this all the time, and it's something that you preach. Going into a fight, it's not as a fighter, you're not worried about what the other fighter's going to do. You got to do what you've been training to do, right? And so, like you said, the motherfucker could have had brass knuckles. What are you going to do to box differently to beat him? And like you said, ain't no one. But why is that? What do you think? What do you think that is? You think he just got a bunch of yes men around him? You think people are scared?
Yeah,
oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
You think that what it is?
Yep, that's exactly.
Bro. He's a multi-dude.
He controls his camp.
Dude,
he tell them what to do and what not to do.
I was never a millionaire, but when I was on the block making money, I had flunkies around me. I had to run off, and just so they could pick up the little fucking loose change and shit. So You talking about Wilder's a millionaire, bro. Wilder's a multi-millionaire, man. When this dude farts, they standing there with fucking toilet paper and shit. The problem with that is you're not getting the truth out of these motherfuckers, man. And here's the thing. When I hear the interviews, bro, I'm listening to this dude talk that same old hocus pocus bullshit, man, that he's talking. I'm like, oh, you just facilitating that shit. But guess what? If it wasn't for that 10% come fight night, I wonder if he'll talk that hocus pocus shit. Because here's the thing, man. We got to work, man. We got to work. If I care about you, I'm not gonna show up to a fight that you're gonna get stomped out. Hey, man, we gotta prepare, we gotta plot, and then we got to perform. And you're saying nothing no different than you said before, man. Guess what? Outside of the 2 knockdown rounds, Fury ass whipped you boxing. The second fight, he walked you down, pushed you into the corner, and beat the shit out of you. That's just what happens. Now, what you gonna do differently? If he was saying, man, look, if this is what this is I have yet to see that context with these dudes, and that's what worries me, because I would have stopped that second fight in round 5. There was no reason for that dude to keep getting hit on like he was. In fact, we know in hindsight that Mark was trying to stop it then.
Yeah. And
the white dude who ain't shit, publicly I'm saying you ain't shit, dude. What's his name? I said, you gonna tell this man who's trying to save your kid's life? You've been training this kid since he's been an amateur, man. And this dude said, well, we gotta stop this. And you go, I'm in charge, I'm gonna stop it. Man, this dude leaking out his ear, fucking face swollen, knotted up, man. Listen, it's just not our fucking night, bro. Wilder would have been way better off had they stopped that fight earlier, get back in the gymnasium, start fixing shit. But man, it's like the cart is before the horse over there, man. I don't get it, man. And listen, the public became Wilder believers. He had knocked motherfuckers out so much that every time he was getting his ass whooped, and it was plenty of fights like that. But that right hand bombed him out. So I get it. I get people. I can't even fault a person who believes in his power, right? Because his power is real. We know that shit. It's over with. But it's kind of like you wishing you win or something. What the fuck are you doing, bro? You wishing you gonna win? This shit's gonna be bad. And I'm gonna tell you something. That gypsy, that slick talking gypsy motherfucker, I can't wait for the build up for this fight. I can't wait for the face offs and shit, bro. Because if Fury is who he's always been, man, Fury probably get up on that fucking stage with some gloves, with the stuffing out the gloves. Yeah, man, and get up there and talk about, I got
that's what's gonna happen.
I got you, bro. I was cheating. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
And Wilder, I don't think Wilder is mentally capable of handling that kind of abuse.
We'll see. Listen,
because I agree with you. I think during this press conferences and everything it's going to be.
It's gonna be man. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be entertaining like no. But Deontay Wilder, bro, it's like even in his last week, man, I'm listening to these interviews, and he's saying that same old, I'm gonna try to kill him. I'm trying to get a bite in my dude. That doesn't scare fighting man. You can't scare a fighting man, bro. You can't, dude. You think that shit? If I was cheating, the way I beat your ass half to death, there's nothing you could say that's gonna make me. Yeah. It's when Fury told him, he said, man, you ever seen a killer? Yeah, bitch, it ain't you. You ain't no killer, man. Ain't nothing about you tough guy shit. So we gonna get in this ring and fight. I wish Deontay Wilder would just go get all that shit out of there, get prepared, and be like, okay, we gonna see come fight night, and get in there and fight, and don't let the dude in your head and shit like that, man. But you gotta have how you gonna build that confidence? I just don't see it, man. I don't see how this shit turns out well, other than he lands the big one, like everybody say. If he lands the big one, we know he can knock anybody out. But bro, the first time that kid gets hit in the fucking mouth hard, watch how quick he remembers what happened. Bah, oh shit, trying to get away from this fucking dude, bro. So we'll see what happens, man. we'll see how it plays out. But he's definitely picked his side and what he believes happened, and he's going with it to the fullest extent, man. And he got his supporters and fans and all that shit. We'll see how this shit goes, man. But I can't see that one trick pony shit didn't happen 2 fights. How many rounds they went? 12?
They went
7?
The first
19,
fight 12.
19 rounds, bro. You won 2 that you wasn't winning when you knocked him down, got that 10-8. So I don't know, man. This shit is technical, man. This shit is like you just did. You adjusted your diet and your work ethic and shit like that, right? Because you want to start winning. You have to make adjustments, man. You have to do what Fury did from fight 1 to fight 2, right? He said, I'm schooling this kid and he fucking punched me, and for a second there I was gone. And I woke up, shit, this dude's dangerous, right? So I said, I'm gonna go forward and not let him get set to punch. That's an adjustment.
Yep.
I wish I was hearing Wilder give me some adjustments, right? And maybe he's doing. I know his fans and shit believe whatever this guy said, but there's a lot of make believe with this shit. So long as Wilder's telling them, I'm training, I'm getting ready, they gonna go with it, right? Because that's their guy. But that's just fans. I'm talking about from the technical aspect of boxing. What do you do different to adjust to this 6'9" big motherfucker, man, who could come forward, go backwards, go side to side? What are you gonna do different, man? And I wish I could hear just not they playing, because you shouldn't tell nobody playing, but just even act like that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even talking about it's the technical aspect, because every time somebody say, well, what you gonna do different? Oh, you know what I'm gonna do different. We're gonna make sure his gloves ain't loaded. What if his gloves ain't loaded? What if they never was loaded? What if you wrong?
The plan.
What if you wrong?
The plan should have been take the $5 million, take a couple tuna fights, watch these motherfuckers fight, see what you can do differently, and then
or take the $5 million. Take the $5 million. Fuck the tuna fight, because you only want this fight to go out, right? Take the $5 million, get the fucking 20 to fight, and go on to fucking Alabama, bro, and chill out. You good for the rest of your fucking life, man. It makes no business sense, man. I'm not clamoring like, oh, like AJ Fury was. I'm missing out. I don't really give a fuck. It's much more fights I want to see that ain't outside of that fight, right? Much more. So it ain't me saying, oh, we got robbed out of that fight, because AJ can get knocked out in his next fight. Fury can get knocked out in his next fight. And we still going to end up seeing a Joshua Fury fight at some point, because they both the biggest fighters in England. And they going, as long as they keep boxing, they'll end up fighting anyway, man. So it lets me know he ain't listening. He's steering the ship. What he wants to do is what he's gonna do.
We got a bunch of stuff. We got a bunch of stuff going on in boxing right now. I mean, let's move on to tomorrow to start off with. We got Floyd Mayweather and this Paul kid. Who's buying the fight? You guys buying it or what?
Man, I'm not buying it.
What is it on?
I can't buy it. I don't even know what it's on, but I can't buy it. That, to me, honestly, what's going on with these YouTube stars and all that, man, they got Ocho Cinco on that card. Come on, man. They got to stop that. That right there is really a disappointment. What Mayweather is doing tomorrow is disappointing. Like, for real. You are one of the best fighters that ever boxed in history. Why stoop down to that level? I know it's money, but why stoop down to that level? That's disrespecting boxing, honestly. Because them YouTube fighters cannot fight. I'm sorry. They can't fight. If I ever had a chance at one of them Paul brothers, I'm pretty sure I can whoop their ass. Because they can't.
I go back and forth on this, and I know we've talked about it before, and we've talked about it since it started popping off, and it's growing. It's getting some momentum, right? We're seeing a lot more of it. We're seeing more shows of it. One of them signed with what is it, Showtime?
I think
deal with Showtime. So they got some momentum. The reality of it is they are bringing millions of fans to the sport. Your guy you shared his video, Derek, and I agree with him, and his name slips me. I'm like this. I think it's great for the business aspect of it. I think it brings revenue. I think it exposes a lot more people to boxing, and ultimately, that's what we want. But your guy put out a video that made a lot of sense to me, and I agree with him. I think the way they're doing it is kind of it's not proper. We need to be highlighting these up and coming fighters, these guys that are putting in all their sweat and blood and tears into training, and guys that have committed their whole life to boxing for an opportunity to be showcased like these guys have been. And I think the format should be adjusted a little, and I get that this is all new and they're trying to figure it out. And if they want to have, these Mayweather Paul main events, that's fine. If they want to have Ocho Cinco on the card, that's fine. But let's get some of these prospects an opportunity. Let's pay the sport of boxing some respect and not just exploit it to make money. Because even Mayweather came out and said it the other day, this is nothing but a legal bank heist. I mean, he's getting paid $10 million plus 50% of the pay-per-view revenue. Mm-hmm. If he cared about the sport of boxing the way he did, he should be the one out in the front campaigning for a format change and saying, "Hey, let's get some of our boxers out here an opportunity to shine. Let's give these guys some airtime to tell their story and to perform in front of the millions of people that I'm bringing to watch this shit." What are your thoughts?
And he's kind of doing that just a little bit, because Hurd is fighting on that card. Then the guy
shit.
Is it? I didn't even know that.
He fighting on that card.
I forgot about that. Yeah, that is the Hurd fight, man. Yeah, man. I forgot. I was excited about watching. Damn.
And
I might have to buy the motherfucker now. God damn.
Nah, you can go to Buffalo. You go to Buffalo Wings and watch it,
right? For free.
Yeah, that's what I might do. I might do that. I might sit down and eat me something.
The guy Ocho Cinco fighting, he's actually a professional boxer, so he kind of helped him out a little bit. Not much.
I think we need more exposure. I really like that video that you. What was his name? D.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The guy with the hat. You posted the dang video.
Fighters, yeah, but I don't know what was on it. Fighters rep?
Yeah, Fighters rep. Yeah. He came out.
What did he say?
He was talking about quitting. That's what it was. He was talking about quitting, and he was talking about the
from the first YouTube, the YouTube fight we was on.
Right.
With Regis in there. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Right.
I'm a capitalist. I just told y'all, any motherfucker with $30 could get in the ring. So if a motherfucker's gonna give $30 and he can make a couple $1 million off the fight, I don't give a shit. That shit don't bother me. In fact, call me tomorrow with one of them Paul guys, and we'll do another show with they fucking ass. Cause people's watching. To me, if you're asking me are they boxers or not, that's a different question than if they should be doing what they're doing. Of course they should be doing what they're doing, man. Motherfuckers is on Instagram and YouTube and all that shit making millions of dollars. You think comedians from traveling all to all the comedy clubs all over the country, working the circuit for 20 years before they get a television deal and shit, you think they ain't mad about these YouTube comedy dudes who just all of a sudden, boom, seemed like overnight he got 10 million followers and shit. Now he could command the same prices they get at the theaters to get this. Of course, but you can't get mad at this shit, man. YouTube wasn't around when you was doing your thing, man, and now it is. So these kids is finding their lane. To me, it's a different, but it's also why I didn't get mad when he knocked the basketball player out, because are we pretending they fighters or not? Pick a side. You can't say he's a fighter. He's only a fighter when he wins. Till he loses, now he ain't a fighter. Listen, man, How many fighters we see every fucking show locally, and these motherfuckers ain't really fighters, man. Every fucking show, every show ever put on anywhere for all times, is a motherfucker who can't fight, who shouldn't be in the ring. I don't. To me, is they boxers, is they ain't boxers, and is I'm gonna pay for it. It's three different things, and I don't give a fuck about Jake Paul fighting anybody. That ain't gonna sell me on a fight.
Right.
Even if he's fighting Floyd Mayweather, that ain't gonna sell me on a fight. Jared Hurd fight, that's a dude I like. I'm gonna support it. I want to watch that fight.
That's exactly to my point. Is I didn't even know, and you forgot that Hurd was on this fight. And I think that's where the adjustment needs to be made. Is, hey, let's make sure these fucking guys are getting the exposure that they deserve. Now, how you do that, I don't know, but I think it's case in point in the fact that we have a pro fucking fighter, a great pro fighter. You forgot, and I didn't even know the motherfucker was on the card. That's the problem I see with that. Do I have a problem with Mayweather and Paul fight? Nah, let them fucking fight. Let them bring more fans to the fight. If they want to put themselves in that situation, go ahead. My issue is we need. It would be great for boxing. It'd be great for these prospects to get more exposure and get some of the benefit from this as well.
Cause that's what they did to Devin Haney. I think it was Jake Paul first fight or something like that. Devin Haney was the co-main event.
Yeah,
and he's a world champ.
Yeah.
He made him a co-main event.
There's another one too. Who else? Who was a co-main event? Was it Billy? It was Billy Joe Saunders was a co-main event as well.
Yep.
That's ridiculous. That was ridiculous. Well, it is what it is. We'll see tomorrow. So we got tomorrow.
The name of the game is selling tickets, man. The name of the game is selling tickets, and promoters don't give a flying fuck who commands the ticket sale. If it's a dancing bear or fucking clown troop on tricycles, man. Whatever sells tickets, man. That's what they want, and so the fighters just need to take advantage of it if they have the opportunity to jump on there and steal the show. Hopefully. That's all, man. Just get on the fucking shit. Look, the more the merrier, man. The more people fight, the more boxing, and whoever get a shot at being seen on a grand scale. That's all, man.
So we got
to change the questions. I think the questions is what's wrong. We all feel a certain way about these guys who's not fighters that's fighting, but that's the wrong question. Will I pay for something? Do I think they fighters? And where do they belong and shit? That's needed. It's a stunt show, man. Fresh, it's like when we was growing up and they was doing stunt shows and shit. You know, you usually watch on TV, motherfuckers jumping cars and shit, bro. It's a spectacle, man. So if they gonna do it, listen, man, listen. If you think Floyd Mayweather was about to lose to this fucking guy, but what's the difference of that? What's the difference of that? Or when people thought Conor McGregor could beat Floyd Mayweather in a boxing ring. It's the same shit. This motherfucker was 0-0 as a boxer.
People really thought Conor McGregor was
what's the fucking difference? And the whole earth, because of MMA's people who likes MMA thought this dude could get in the ring with the greatest boxer of the last fucking 30 years, and he's gonna be able to compete and beat him. Are you out your fucking mind, man? That would be as silly as me thinking Floyd Mayweather was about to go over there and fight Conor McGregor in a cage and win. That's how fucking dumb that is. They can understand that, but then they can't reverse it. Well, that's because you're a fan and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, man. You're a fan, but stick to your fan shit. Buy the t-shirt, argue about that dumb shit. This guy was not gonna get in the fucking boxing ring and fucking beat. Bro, he wasn't even fighting a fucking past champion. No, he was fighting one of the greatest fighters in the history of boxing. Whether you like him or not, it doesn't matter. This shit ain't going nowhere. And I love the fact after the fight, they asked him, "Did you train? Train? Oh, you got your fucking mind? Train for this? For what? What? Nah, man. What the fuck am I training for?" But again, that's people that don't understand the what we do. Mm-hmm. You don't understand that, man. So guess what? That's who we selling this shit to. We want you to spend your $50, whatever the case may be, and sell you that this guy can win and this guy can win, man. That's what we can do. And Jared Hurd's smart for being on this show, because whether you, me, Fresh, whether we like it or not, it's gonna be millions of people watching this shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that's all you want, some eyeballs on it. This is no different than Butterbean in the 90s when fucking Ali was fighting them wrestlers and Lyle Zato and shit in the 70s. It's no different. It's all spectacles. Yeah. It's all spectacles. It's all cash grab.
What do you think of Haney's performance last week?
Man, he did all right until I think it was the 11th round, and then when he got caught, that kind of exposed him a little bit. His chin is kind of weak.
At the end of the 10th, right there at the end of the 10th, yeah.
Yeah.
When Linares walked him to his corner.
Yeah, that right there was, man. But he did right by at the beginning of the fight. He did right by staying away, because he already knew that man had some power. But sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just get caught. And he got caught.
That division, I love that division, man. You have a lot of fire in that division.
Really do.
You got Themo fighting on the 19th. And I love how he's talking. He's setting up Haney. He doesn't want Haney to fucking escape his grasp. What do you D, what do you think about that whole situation?
It'll amaze me if Devin Haney gets near boxing. Hey, Eric Blue Moon, I'm so frank and plain spoken, and I don't mean to offend fans of guys, right? That ain't my thing. I root for who the fuck you want to root for. That shit don't matter to me. But guys gotta remember, bro, this is what I do. This is what the fuck I was born into. This is what I've been doing for I'm 44. I've been doing this shit for 24 years, man. And you want me to lie to you because you're a fan. Because you're a fan of a guy, I'm supposed to sit here and pretend he's as good as you think he is. Nah, man, I ain't gonna fucking do it. But even with that, I seldom get the dumbass messages and shit. but with Haney, it's a guy fucking messaged me and said it figures you wouldn't like Devin Haney because he's young and great and all that, and you hate him. I gave him a thumbs up. Man, I don't even know what the fuck he tell you, man. If you can't hear objective criticism of a guy that's doing what I do, and I'm telling you my evaluation of his ability, and that hurts your feelings, hey man, you a fan, bro. So be a fan, man. Buy a shirt, watch all the fights and everything. But here's the thing, Devin Haney is an exceptional athlete. Exceptional. I just wish somebody was training him to be a fighter. And it is what it is, man. That kid's playing freeze tag in the ring, man. And the first step up fight he got against a 3-time world champion who's been done been stopped 5 times. Mm-hmm. He had no fear for walking forward. And you hit him on the button several times. So that exposed, you ain't got no punch, which people should know that already. But it's not that Haney couldn't punch. It's that he's never developed how to punch correctly. He's never developed defensive ability. He's never developed these things. I liken Devin Haney to the running back at Pee Wee football. Give him the ball, we gonna win. Give him the ball, he's gonna score. You know what I'm talking about, Alan. Mm-hmm. Give him the ball, he's gonna score, we gonna win. And we win 28-7 because I got the fastest kid in the league, and we just give him the ball and he runs around. He don't even pick a hole. He don't even pick a hole and read the line. He just runs around and outruns everybody. That's what you got with Devin Haney. And here's the thing. Even boxing insiders, even boxing coaches, and even boxing media and shit get caught up in that. And they see an athlete and say, oh, this athlete is so superior, he's going to beat guys and his flaws ain't going to show. Well, they showed against his first step-up guy, even though he dominated the fight. He dominated that boxing match. He dominated till he got hit in the fucking button. And I'll even give Haney the props of keeping going, grabbing, holding, and keeping going, and he still won the fight. He won that fight clearly. In fact, Linares ought to be kicking his own ass because he let that fight get away from him. Because when he made some adjustments in that fourth and just threw more than one punch, he was giving Haney the fucking business. And then he goes back to his corner, comes out and don't do it no more. Looking for a left hook, looking for a left hook, looking for a left hook. You gave that fucking kid the fight, man. That's your fault. Haney won. He passed the test. But listen, man.
How do you place him in that division amongst everyone?
At the very bottom. Because any of those fucking top guys is gonna fucking beat the sleeves off that motherfucker, man. Listen, Tank is knee high to a fucking grass. What's Tank? 5'1" or some shit like that. That's a little bitty dude, man. Let me tell you something, man. Tank is gonna keep coming forward till he punches him in the fucking mouth, and it's over with, bro. It's over with. And that's that. But you say, Coach, well, you wouldn't say that against a boxer, right? A superior boxer would never let him keep coming forward and hitting him on the button. But what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do to keep him off him? What? He damn sure ain't gonna knock Tank out. He damn sure ain't gonna punish him. So, hey, look, man, I'm not a fan because I'm not a fan of his boxing. I hope the kid becomes an all-time great and does everything his fans want him to do. But it ain't got shit to do with underappreciating him or none of that shit, man. He won that fight. He passed that shit, man. He better steer clear of all them dudes. Richie Comey would wire his fucking jaw closed. If he fights this fucking Japanese that Loma's about to fight, it'll be a slaughter, man. He don't have the technical ability. Now, if his dad gets out the way and Ben Davison sticks around, maybe they develop because he's such an athlete. If you teach him a few things, a few key things like how to throw a punch, how to target certain areas, and how to do, now we're talking about a different animal because he's a special athlete, clearly. But until you see that, man,
how much of a life?
I let the fans put him up there at number one and shit like that.
How much of a live fight is this Stemo fight going to be?
Which one?
Which one?
This Stemo fight. How much of a live fight is it going to be? How dangerous is it for Stemo?
Oh,
Tio. Australia.
I don't know what the fuck you was saying. Confused the shit out of me. It's a live fight because Kambosos is the real deal, man. The problem is Kambosos, I don't think he takes enough punch, man, to keep Tio at bay, man. But
yeah,
I think he should be competitive.
He know how to adjust.
Yeah, it should be competitive fight until.
That's how he whoop because he know how to adjust to what he was doing.
Yeah, man. I think he's competitive, but Tio wins.
That's the great part about different boxes. If you can adjust when you go to that corner, if you can listen to your coach. Well, one, if you have a good coach and your coach can see what's going on in the ring and he can tell you can adjust, then you're a boxer. Because just 100%. Like he's playing chess. So
100%.
He'll win that.
I want to recognize the quote of the week. Canelo. I mean, it's the what's his name? Mayweather was asked, "Hey, what do you think about this Canelo De La Hoya feud going on?" He goes, "I beat them both. I don't care. I don't care what's going on between them. I thought that was fucking hilarious. What do you think about, man? You think fucking Oscar doing too much drinking and coke over there? He's still fucking with Canelo.
He doing
What do you
something.
think? What do you think about that whole dispute?
I think he mad because
I
Canelo.
think he's a clown.
Yeah, he moved on. Canelo moved on. He hated. He lost his money.
Look, here's my whole. I think it's funny, and I agree. I think it makes De La Hoya look bad, and I think he needs to stop. I think he needs to let that shit go. But I think, De La Hoya did so much for the sport. He was such a great boxer. He was so entertaining, an Olympic champion, the face of boxing for a while. I don't have an issue with the motherfucker getting drunk and partying and doing whatever the fuck he wants to do. But I don't think he should be so fucking public with his disputes when he's having so many problems. If he wants to fucking party, let him go party in private. It makes him look bad when he's doing dumb shit like that.
That's because he got exposed for being a liar, bro. That's why he's doing that, man. Because if it was dirty on the zones, Canelo wouldn't be fighting for the zone.
Yeah.
He fucking said he was he told Canelo one thing, told him one thing, and got exposed by the shit. So, and then Canelo don't give a fuck about not saying the shit. Saying how this dirty motherfucker told these people I'm gonna do this, this, and this. I ain't never even seen a motherfucking contract. What are you talking about?
And then I see Canelo do this shit. I love it. Hold on. I thought it was fun. He out here living his best life. he having a good old time. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. I love that shit. Look at him.
He's probably drunk too. Shit.
All right.
Hell yeah. But the only difference is he on the boat. He on the boat with his wife.
Yeah, he ain't got no. He don't have no bikini on.
Hold up.
He had no fishnet.
Viva Mexico, cabrones! Man.
De La Hoya, man. De La Hoya just. Yeah, he shouldn't. I'm with you, Fresh. He shouldn't publicly be doing that shit, man. It just makes you look worse, man. It makes you look worse, man. That's all.
It makes him look like a bitter ex-girlfriend, man. Sending them drunk texts and shit. That's all he's doing. And then Canelo clapped back, talking about you really want me to talk? Do you want me to talk? So he shut up real quick. All right, man. Well, it's been a hell of a show. What you got?
I want to first give a shout out to all my sponsors. Have to do that. I'm gonna start off with Christine in the ring. Y'all know her. A lot of people know her. She's part of the USA team as a coach, and she has her own podcast.
That's right.
I want to give a shout out to. Man, I got too many sponsors. Well, I hope y'all watching. It's too many, so I want to give a shout out to everybody. But she was one of them. David Asp, he's one of my main sponsors. Homicide Inc. They from Gaston, Alabama. It's a tattoo shop. Man, like I said, I got a whole bunch. And that's another thing that helped me change my professional career was when I got that support. That support made a big difference because at first I only had my main guy, which was David Asp, and he been with me since the first loss. And Christine, she came in, I think the second or third fight, and from there, everybody else came around. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to all my sponsors. I should be fighting next month sometime. If not Mexico, then I'll be back in Alabama. One of the two. No matter what, going on that seven win streak.
That's what's up. Keep us posted.
Keep us informed, bro, so we can share everything too, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And plus, right now I'm working on a documentary. Met up with a guy last weekend, and he does photos and videos and everything. He was like, man, can I do a documentary on you? I said, yeah, sure. So when you want to start? So looking forward to that up.
We'll push that too, bro. Everything you're doing, man, we support you guys and your whole squad over there, man. Renee, everybody. I think Doc's over there, Andy's over there, everybody's over there, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man, and keep winning, man. And make a hell of a story in the end, bro.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank y'all for letting me come on the show.
Derek, any last words?
Man, y'all just y'all go like my man's stuff on Instagram. What's your Instagram and all that type of stuff?
Instagram is Shenzi Eagle 22. Facebook is Alan Melson. Snapchat, if I get on Snapchat, that's I think Melson 1222. I don't remember.
You'll find it.
Yeah.
Look up the name. You'll find it.
Yeah.
Shout out to Juan from the ABO, man. He tuned in today, and I think Derek, he was Camelot is the best, right, Derek? I think he was talking about he was referencing Canelo. He was
yeah. Fucking kid special, man.
Yeah, and that's actually, that's kind of who I started watching a little more because the way Canelo,
yeah, man,
like his defense is incredible.
His head movement is impeccable. I don't know why fucking Derek don't like him. He's a fucking great fighter. Fuck.
Because he got red hair and shit. Ain't no red.
All right, YouTube, Facebook, we appreciate you all tuning in. Hey, listen, so next Saturday, we're going to be broadcasting live from Galveston and the Altigity Show. It's going to be some great fights that are going to be put on. So make sure you tune in.
Before we leave, my question for y'all, both of y'all. What y'all think about Matt Truck pulling out again?
About who?
Matt Truck. He from Georgia, the heavyweight.
I didn't know he pulled out the fight. He was on the
Yeah, he pulled out. The second time he pulled out.
I didn't know that. Who he was fighting?
Shane Evans.
Oh, so Gabe, he's with Gabe and them, right? The Shane Evans guy.
Yeah.
Dude pull out. Hey man, if you try to do a fight with a guy and he done pulled out a couple of times, I wouldn't pursue it no more.
Yeah, that ruins your reputation. That will follow you.
That's why Alphonse want them to be having 20 fights, man. In case the motherfucker pull out, they still got plenty of fights. They know what they doing, bro. But yeah, man, we're gonna be there live at the remote, man, in Galveston Island, man, and y'all stop through. We're gonna be interviewing the fighters and getting with the winners, getting with everybody, man. Y'all come through and we're gonna try to go live as much as we can.
All right, man. Well, that's it. We'll catch y'all next week. Have a great weekend. Peace.
All right, fellas. All right, bro.
Yes, sir.